I said I can't leave boxing alone. The game needs me. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Oh, man. We got to talk about it, y'all. Smash the like button. Errol Spence, the big fish, ruffling some feathers. Boxing Ego, apparently, too, ruffling some feathers. And I'm not even the fighter. Ain't that something? Shout out to Steve Stewart for following. The truth is back. We about to get another session in. Man, listen, we about to talk about it. Some of y'all, you know, you in no man's land. But I promise you, as a man, if you could separate your emotions and your feelings and inhibitions and passions, you'll be a lot better off. But y'all don't want to do that. So, you know, I'm speaking to my people. I'm speaking the truth. I'm speaking to my people. Because a lot of y'all can't curb your enthusiasm like Larry David. Hold on. Let me see who's in here. My boy, Dr. Hank McCoy. Gang, gang. Business brains. Pleasure as always. Isaiah, he said ruffling a lot of feathers. Bro, I'm about to cook y'all up again. Surah in the building, Chi-Town. Regular Bud fans aren't the ones mad. It's the radical man fans. Yeah, but it's always like that because Canelo has some cool fans. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Canelo has fans that are like, they see all the little stuff Canelo be doing, but they just like him. I never speak to those people because you're just a fan of a person and you're reasonable. Cool, touche. We talk about the radical man fans that is doing the most and won't even make logical sense. You know what I mean? Esoteric, what's up? We talking about that. That's a whole different bag. It's a whole different can of worms, a whole different element. Listen, I know some of you guys, because you get mad at me and you're a radical beta male, you won't get this. But I told you, I like Terrence Crawford as a fighter. I think he's an amazing fighter. But you guys live in this goofy world of love versus hate. I don't play in that space. I don't live in that world. Like if you have any constructive criticism, like I have a constructive criticism for my sister. You know what I mean? If she's going through something, I can have an opinion on that. That's family. You know what I'm saying? None of us are infallible where, you know, you can't be objective. So again, I don't live in this goofy world that some of y'all live in where it's either hate versus love. Like y'all treat boxing like Bloods and Crips, like you either a B or a C. And if you C and you a B, then you're a op. This is like, I don't do that. And whoever don't like that, then that's on you. I don't really care. But I don't play those games. I like Crawford. I like Spence. I think Crawford's a good dude, you know what I'm saying? Like he's family oriented, raising a black man in America, raising his sons. You know, these are good things. And he can fight. But that doesn't excuse what I'm talking about, which is the business decisions, more of the business side and stuff like that. Shout out to Mexicali. What's up? Alfredo, what's good? What's going on with y'all? Someone said Bud OnlyFans. What? Y'all tripping. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be that. You know, whether we see eye to eye. I'm taller than a lot of y'all dudes anyway, so we never going to see eye to eye. But anywho, Marquise, what's up? Let's get it. The whole concept, and it's sad because I think I really truly blame Bud for a lot of this stuff, especially this, like, it's sad that in America, you see more Americans going against other Americans, and it's just insanity. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I don't care if Americans fight. That's never been a thing. But what I'm saying is you look at somewhere like the UK, right? You look at the UK. Even if it's rivals, two guys that don't like each other, the UK fans and whatnot, they usually show love to both UK fighters. Like if Joshua has beef with Dillian White, the UK don't really, like, you know what I'm saying, pick sides, or they're not supremely radical for one dude. You see what I'm saying? But here in America, it's like the purge. It's like the purge. If you're an American, you could get itted on worse than somebody who's not even from America. You could be a foreigner and more people will speak your praises and sing your praises coming to America. You don't even have to speak English. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could be like Triple G or something who, when he first came out, he wasn't really speaking too much, you know what I mean? He wasn't speaking too much English. And then fans will embrace you. I remember when Triple G had his little run, you know what I mean? Triple G had his little run. HBO was priming him and pumping him, and old media was pumping him. ESPN, they was putting him on the pound for pound. Had no guys, right? And they was putting him on all the pound for pound lists and saying he was number one and all that. Bro, it is what it is. And you had people, I remember people had shirts that said Mexicans for Triple G. So Triple G's from Kazakhstan, you know, no problem there. But he got people printing up shirts that say Mexicans for Triple G. When you ever seen Mexicans for blank black fighter? When you ever see a t-shirt like that? Like Mexicans versus, or Mexicans for Errol Spence. Mexicans for Gervonta Davis. Mexicans for whoever, Cool Boy Fulton. When have you ever seen that? And I know what I'm saying is hurting some people's feelings because it's the truth and they want to skip around it and they want to, oh yeah, just get back to the boxing. This is boxing. This is what's in my sport. This is what's there. When have you ever, I seen people, you could probably find it online on Facebook or something, people had shirts with Triple G's face and it said Mexicans for Gennady Golovkin or Triple G, right? When have you seen Mexicans for Gervonta Davis t-shirts being printed? His last couple opponents were Mexican. Isak Pitbull Cruz, you know, Mario Barrios, Mexican-American, Leo Santa Cruz, and he knocked 2 of the 3 out. You know, shouldn't boxing fans be like, oh man, Tank's a beast? But instead you see something else. You see, oh, Tank, he really lost to Pitbull Crew because he didn't knock him out. Like, not even realistic commentary. He didn't lose that fight. He didn't come close to losing the fight. You know, I guess if you want to say he came close to losing the fight, the biggest thing I noticed was his hand was bad because he stopped throwing it. And I called it out on the BOXINGEGO watch party, like I call everything out because I'm the GOAT. Black Atlantean, he said, I remember Mayweather Pacquiao, no one cheered for Floyd in the sports bar I was in. Word. Oh, shout out to Blu-ray. What's good? He know the vibes. He know what it is. A1 Diggs, what's up with you? Notification gang. Blu-ray spent time working with Errol Spence. You know what I mean? So he knows him closely. And it's just sad to see in America, you know, people, but they won't even root for the American dude. They won't even root for the American dude. And then when you got two Americans like Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, you know, they try to like fabricate this beef and you know, put them against each other. And I actually blame Terrence Crawford for a lot of this because his actions and the way he goes about like saying, like, there's this narrative that Errol Spence is ducking. Based on what? That's what I'm trying to understand from you guys, the boxing fans. He ducked what? Okay, let's start here. Has Errol Spence fought the tougher competition at the time he fought them? Y'all vote in the comment section. We're going to get straight to the bag. Has Errol Spence fought, in your opinion, the tougher names at the time he was fighting him, or did Terrence Crawford get the names at welterweight at the toughest point of their career? So Business Brain said Errol Spence fought the toughest competition. Real Dr. Hank McCoy says yes. A1 Diggs says yes. Did Errol Spence fight names when they were more primed or relevant and difficult, right? Yes or no? So what is the commotion about? People are telling me that I'm hating on Crawford and stuff, but every single person that I seen vote just said Errol Spence fought the more prime names. So when I've been saying it and Errol Spence too is saying it, I've been doing the heavy lifting. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? There's no debate. Is Miss Doubtfire. There's no doubts. Hello. There's no doubts to this. You guys all voted that Errol Spence fought the names. And when he fought them, they were more relevant parties. Mikey Garcia, I was at the fight ringside. He was undefeated. Doesn't matter if he moved up, because this is what happens in the boxing game. I've been in the game for so long. People want to tell little white lies and half truths. They're like, oh, Mikey was so small. Mikey be looking fat in his off season. So he's really not as small as y'all making it out to be, because I'm giving y'all the cold hard facts. Mikey Garcia be looking fat in his off season. And I know he ain't no 135, 140 in his off season, his walk around weight. I could tell by his face and his height, and you know, I'm pretty good with the eye test, pause. So that already is a lie. True, he did fight at 135 and he beat Easter in a unification, right? In his last fight before Errol. But let's not forget, he fought at 140 before too, because he beat Broner at 40 and he beat Sergey Lipinets at 40. So you're not going to make it like Mikey was this small, like peon and, you know, Errol Spence, because if we're being real, this is what happens in boxing. I feel like Roy Jones Jr., y'all must have forgot. When we go into these fights, you hear people picking the B side to win, and then when it doesn't happen, this is what they do to black fighters. When it doesn't happen, then they make excuses and act like the fight should have never occurred. That's what happens all the time. Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo. There were people picking at the time. There were people picking Canelo Alvarez to beat Floyd. I know it might sound crazy if you watch the fight and watch how it all played out, but there were people picking Canelo. I remember, I was here. You wasn't there, like Cam said. People were picking him. Then he get whooped up, and then all of a sudden, there's no reason to pick him now because we just watched what happened, and we watched Floyd school that boy. And that's his only loss, even though Canelo really should have more losses. But then after Floyd whoops him up, laces his boots, shows him how it's done, then it's like, oh, Canelo was too young. Oh, no, he wasn't ready. No, we're not doing that. Same could be said for Errol Spence versus Mikey. I had a popular channel well before Mikey and Errol fought. I had a popular channel during that fight. I got to the fight ringside for free with my popular channel. So I'm here for these moments. I was at that fight. I flew to Texas, bought my hotel, self-made, well paid. And I was at the fight, Mikey versus Errol. And there were people saying Errol couldn't get with Mikey Garcia boxing-wise. They said Mikey's a way better boxer, way more technical. He's going to beat Errol. That's what they were saying. And then when it didn't happen and he get dog-walked in Texas, hey, stop that cat. Man down. Hey. Right? When he beat Mikey, the brakes off of Mikey, because Mikey got that kind of big head, you know what I'm saying? He got that little packy out, like, so it was an easy target, just jabbing on a pop, 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 pop. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden it was like, oh, he was too small, he wasn't ready, all this other stuff. Come on, bro. Errol almost stopped Mikey in the 9th. He almost stopped him. No, he said stop that cap, but he from Texas, so he got that accent. Boss Red, Sugar Ray picked Mikey. Yeah, see? Yeah, he said, and he didn't even, Sugar Ray, I mean, he a legend, but that was weird. Again, you got a black American boxing legend, Sugar Ray, and he picking a Mexican American fighter, which is cool if you really thought he was going to win. But what made you believe Sugar Ray Leonard and whoever else that Errol Spence was finna really lose? And then they asked Sugar Ray Leonard, and they said, why are you picking Mikey? And he's like, oh, Mikey will beat Errol because he's Mikey. Man, that don't even make sense. That don't even make sense, though. Mikey gonna beat him because he Mikey. Man, you just threw that out. And that's what happens, especially with a lot of black people, a lot of brothers in this boxing game. You know, at the end of the day, they know if you stick up for a black fighter, you're going to have hell to pay from the bigots and the racists. It's coming. So if you don't have thick skin or tough skin, then you're going to start cooning and doing all this other stuff because you don't want to get on your social media and read that. I embrace that. Whatever y'all send me, y'all send me. If you say something crazy, you'll probably get blocked and we keep it pushing. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that negative. That just means I'm great. That just means I'm doing a great job. You know what I mean? I keep showing up on your feed because I'm the GOAT. I'm everywhere. I'm like Visa. I'm everywhere you want to be. That's why I keep showing up on your timelines, because I'm everywhere and we getting paid. Let's get it. When they hate, donate. What's good, Ego? What do you think about Roy Jones? Ask Roy Jones that. I didn't say it. Ask Roy Jones. Don't ask me about what another man said, like interrupt what I'm doing. Roy Jones said what he said. Ask him. Go to Roy Jones' Instagram Live and ask him whatever he said. I don't even know what he said, so I'm not finna take your word for it. Man, come on. I run a tight ship. Y'all run the Titanic. Y'all finna sink. You see what I'm saying? Listen, the stuff I spit that make you think. I run a tight ship. Y'all gonna sink. Titanic. Stop playing with me. Don't ask me about what other people said. I don't know what they said. I don't care what they said. That's great. Roy Jones, he's a GOAT, my favorite fighter. Go ask Roy. Y'all must have forgot. Don't ask me what another man said. I don't know. I'm not talking about what Roy said. I'm talking about what I said right now in front of you. Deron, what's up, my guy? Yeah, shout out to my dude, Deron. Bro, y'all getting bodied. When they hate, donate. That's all y'all got to do. We going to grow this channel 2022. Watch what I do. I promise you. Watch what I do in 2022. It's lit. It's lit. I promise you. I'm the kid with the most drip. I'm the kid with the golden voice. Watch what I do. I promise you. I told you we're going to end the year strong. We doing that. Look, the money keep coming in. I promise you. Look, watch what we do when they hate, donate. They can't, bro, they can't outthink me. Bro, I've been around the world and King Judah. Roy Jones, Hopkins, Tyson, and Sugar Ray all hate young black fighters. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, in boxing, it is easier to coon. If you want to have some nuts like me, I got 2 pair of nuts and they still attached. Having nuts in this boxing game and speaking the real, especially as it pertains to African-American fighters, comes at a cost. It comes at a price. You got to be solid. I'm from the Bay, bro. Bro, do you understand I am from the Bay? I grew up in California. The Black Panthers set up shop 35 minutes away from where I live in Oakland. It's different out here, bro. We righteous. We really stand. It's multifaceted, multicultured out here. It's very diverse, but it's different. I'm from the Bay. You not finna get no watered down product messing with me, bro. I'm not saying every single person in the Bay is solid, because we know every person, you know, there's snitches and all types of stuff everywhere. But yeah, you'll meet a lot of real ones and a lot of hustlers in the Bay. Bro, stop playing with me. 707. Let's get it. Shout out to Charles. He said, I just got here, but I think Bud is not going to fight Spence due to the split issues. What you think? That's what I'm talking about, Charles. That's how you got to do it. If you got to go out, that's how you go out. Charles with the $50 plug. Appreciate you. Everybody get some claps up like y'all forgot. He just sent $50. Man, come on. Y'all got to wake up. Y'all got to wake up. I took the game and I shake up like dice. Let's go. That's exactly what this is about. Shout out to Charles. He gets it. He gets it. I told you what it was. People, they're fabricating. Shout out to Business Brain. Let's get the claps up. The man sent 50. Come on, show him some love. Show him some love. We boosting up the channel. Let's go. We boosting up the channel. Let's go. So, anywho, I agree. What Charles is saying is what I've been telling y'all, bro. What I've been telling you, dog. It's just a clap emoji. They doing the clap emoji. Y'all trying to fabricate this and turn this into something that it ain't. But he a good fighter. But I don't know if he's a good businessman. And that's where things will get, you know, that Balboa. That's where we'll get Rocky. And that's where we're here. Why would you want me to be angry at Errol Spence? Listen, I'm going to ask y'all a direct question. I told you on my channel, especially when I get in this mode, direct questions require or solicit direct responses. Business Brain said he's a horrible businessman. Horrible. Horrible. That's what Business Brain said. Let's get it. Listen, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to ask you a direct question. Hey, that's crazy, bro. Albert, your baby picture looked like my baby picture, or whoever that is. That's crazy. I thought that was me, bro. Hey, shout out to Albert. Bro, I promise you that looked like my baby picture. I was like, who's this? That's insane. Anywho, that threw me off. My bad. I'm going to ask you a direct question, which requires a direct answer. Let's get it. So we already established Errol has done the heavier lifting, right? We already established that. There's no contest there. He fought Kell Brook 3 years before Terrence. He fought Sean Porter before the podcasting and commentary and all that, right? Blah, blah, blah. So the heavy lifting, that's not even an argument. That's not even an argument. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to my boy Jesse Carl from Stockton, NorCal. Let's get it. 209. I see y'all. He says, y'all crazy if y'all think Spence going to lower the split. He outsold Texas in the pandemic. He outsold Canelo. Can Bud do that? Nah. Drops the mic. See, shout out to my boy Jesse. And see, a lot of y'all nitwits still think this is about the Bud diss show. It's not, bro. No one is pressed about like insulting Bud and all that. It's never been about that with me. I can't speak for nobody else. But when people are laying out the facts on the table, and then you see everything, like what? Actually, here's a little cleaning tip. When you're gonna clean, the best thing for me, like, and I'm pretty meticulous, OCD with certain things, is gather all like items and like, you know, put them in a basket or put them in one central location, and then get started. Because now everything is grouped up and you got everything laid out and everything, you know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, this goes in the kitchen, this whole pile. So then you could work on that pile. You see what I'm saying? So it's always easier. And that's what I do on my channel. And that's how I do my business is I group everything together and lay out all the facts for you guys. So Errol Spence has done the heavier lifting. No, there's no one in this room or on this planet. Hey, Duran hating on my batteries. That's hilarious. There's no one on this planet that could convince me that Terrence Crawford fought Amir Khan and I was the most pivotal primed Amir Khan, Kell Brook, etc. So that's not even an argument. And I think y'all know that. Block 100K. Yeah. Enjoy that. Bro, y'all, listen. Like the title says, Errol Spence done ruffled some feathers, and apparently I'm doing the same thing. Bro, you're not going to come in. This is not Captain Phillips. Hey, look at me. I'm the captain of this is my channel. I don't care what you're talking about. Especially when we don't know you. We don't know you, cuz. Like, we ain't never even seen you ever in the chat. So block 100K and let me know when he gone. Y'all not finna parade around and like, cause you hate the message. Yeah, shout out to the shooters, got rid of 100K. Bro, go put that M right on your head. You Luigi, brother, now. Bro, they put that 100K on your head. It's out. You out. You out. But if the beef do come around, go put an M right on your head. You Luigi, brother, now. Shout out to Jermaine Cole. Yeah, he put that 100K on your head in the chat. He said you 100 gang candy bar. Yeah, Windy City. Let's get it. Let's get it. Listen, but if the beef do come around, go put an M right on your head. You Luigi, brother, now. It's me, Mario. Bro, they got you up out of here quick. Foot on the neck. Bro, the shooters got you. They put that 100K on your head in the chat. You was blasted. I'm a blast from the past. All right, let's keep going. I lay out all the facts. Errol has done the heavier lifting. Why would you want me to get mad? Well, he said, why do Bud fans hate Spence so much? Because they having temper tantrum because they're not getting their way, and they know resistance is futile. Resistance is futile. They don't have like, put it this way. Peep this. Tell me if you didn't see these vibes. The people who are being called Errol Spence lovers and PBC ick riders and all that stuff, all this name calling, right? Do you notice the Errol Spence lovers, when they say their piece, like some people will say, oh, you just love Errol Spence, to me, right? I'm not set up, Ricky. I'm not on the same setup, so I can't right now. But the same people that are saying like, oh, you're just the Errol Spence lover and all that, so I'm being labeled the Errol Spence lover. Whatever, that's fine. You say whatever you want on the internet, right? But do you notice the people who are the opposite, the Bud lover, they have rage and it looks like envy and jealousy and animosity and aggression. Like, I'm just saying what it is, and I'm saying the facts, and I'm saying what I see. But if I'm the Errol Spence lover, look at the Bud fan. They like, oh, don't get the pay-per-view, Errol and Ugas. That's hating. You telling people what to buy. You telling people, that's outright hating. If I'm the Errol Spence lover, then you a hater then. Because if you going out of your way to tell people not to get a 3-belt unification, that's hating. That's just outright hating. I didn't tell y'all don't buy Terrence Crawford's fight. So once again, it's looking bad for the Bud radical man fans. I bought Bud's last fight. What are we talking about? I ain't never said don't get Errol Spence's fight, don't participate in that. And I ain't never said don't buy a Bud Crawford fight. I bought Bud's fight and I bought Errol's last fight. So what are we talking about? But you noticed the Errol lovers, the people who were being labeled the Errol lovers and stuff, they just stating their case and keeping it pushing, while a lot of the Bud radicals, they seem aggro and aggy and aggravated and stuff like that, and or is hating like, don't buy Errol Spence, Ugas, we'll teach him a lesson. So there's that. Roger Givens, how does Bud or anyone for the matter think Bud's A-side when Bud is the one on hold? A-side don't wait. Perfect. Roger Givens, oh my gosh, y'all getting chopped up silly. He said Bud fights don't even buy Bud fights. Oh, Henny, bro, he off the Henny drilling y'all, killing y'all. Man, subscribe to the channel. He said the Bud fight, see, and that's how I know it's not real energy, bro. That's how I know these young boys can't beat me. That's how I know you don't got no real points, because Bud was complaining that his own fans couldn't buy his fight because of the lack of promotion and how it was set up on ESPN Plus. So this is some internet, boxing Twitter. It's fashionable to hate Errol Spence and be anti-PBC type stuff. But I know they're not proving me wrong. That's what I do know. Boop. That's what I do know. Bro, I've seen radical Bud fans telling people not to buy Errol Spence Ugas. That is hating. You, sir or ma'am, are a hater. You're hating because Errol Spence is what he says. Big dog, big fish. Hey, stop that cat. And you want to hurt big fish. That's jealousy. That is envy. If you are at home telling people, hey, don't buy a unification, that happens to be a great fight. Ugas coming off the best performance of his career, and Ugas was just on pay-per-view, and I bought that too to support Pacquiao and Ugas, right? So I bought, me personally, I bought everybody in question here. I bought their last 3 pay-per-views, and I got the receipts to prove it. So if you at home is saying, oh, don't buy Errol Ugas because we want it to be a failure, then you're a failure, because that's outright hate. That's like, bro, I've had people, they don't like my channel. They beg y'all, they'll do videos talking about me. I don't even know them. And they doing videos in the video. They say, why do you watch Boxing Ego? I mean, come on. You should stop watching this channel. Good luck with that, because so far I've been in the game this long and they ain't stopped watching the channel. So that's hate. Bro, I don't tell y'all what to watch and what to buy and all that stuff. If anything, I say like Canelo Yildirim, I'm not buying that. But that's me personally. Y'all do whatever y'all want. If that's a great Canelo Eardrum is a great fight to you, y'all buy that. And I don't even do that often. So we on different levels already. So again, I'm the GOAT. Errol Spence, again, is the big fish. Errol Spence he went to Bud's fight. Ego never hates, he educates. Hardy K, shout out to my boy. They hating because you're doing good, brother. Appreciate you. Shout out to Junior. Bro, Errol Spence went to Bud's fight, right? So all this fake hatred y'all see, you got to see where it's really coming from. Because hate is telling someone don't buy Errol's pay-per-view, which is a great fight, and both fighters are of great performances. Errol's undisputed is for 3 belts. That's hate. That's hate. That's hate. Hate is not what I'm saying about Bud. So y'all got to check that and nip it in the bud. That's a bar. Listen, I said hate ain't me saying what I'm saying about Bud. So y'all got to check that out the door. Nip it in the bud. That's a bar. Man, I'm the GOAT, bro. I said hate is not what I'm saying about Bud. So check that at the door. You got to nip it in the bud. Get that out of here. I'm the best ever. So shout out to King Judah. Man, that's a bar. Yo, Ego, Spence just said Bud had a chance to force a mandatory with him, but chose Horn instead. But they said Spence was ducking. Ooh, Judah on that. Bro, you can't win. You can't win. Don't notice there's no person, no mammal, like Cam said, who can, no mammal. But we tote hammers at your open-toe sandals, plus you look like Joe Camel. Bro, who can uck with me? No mammal. There's no man that's saying anything that contradicts or refutes what I'm saying. Why would you want me to be mad at Errol Spence Jr. and him and his team have moved exactly how they said from the beginning they was going to move? Bud's team has not. Bud's team has not. I'll show you interviews right now. Don't make me do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Where Bud's team said they got Pacquiao next. Boop. Didn't happen. Pacquiao's now retired. Not going to happen. Boop. Boop. Yeah, what up? Yeah, what up? Tell me where the real hate's coming from. Bud's team has not fulfilled the prophecies that they set in place. That's a fact. They said we was finna fight Pacquiao in Qatar and Abu Dhabi and Dubai and all this stuff. You didn't fight him in Dubai. It was boy bye, and Pacquiao moved on to the next thing. And Errol got the fight. And the only reason he didn't fight him is because he had an unfortunate eye injury. And then Ugas got the fight, who Errol is fighting next. That's the truth. Bro, I know I make it look easy. I make the boxing game look pretty. I know that. And y'all looking bad. Why y'all want me to? He said the Pacquiao fight was never happening. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so Terrence Crawford aligned himself with the Jewish promoter, Bob Arum, and Top Rank, been in the business for a long time, and they didn't get him. He even said this post-fight. Post-fight, he said, Bob couldn't give me the fights we wanted. What are we talking about? He said that. I didn't say that. He said that on the mic. Y'all seen it. He said, Bob couldn't give me the fight. He didn't say Errol's ducking me. He said, Bob couldn't give me the fight. So now how is it Errol ducking me? When you just said in front of everybody in rolling cameras and microphones and audio systems that Bob couldn't get you the fight. Now it's Errol's ducking me. Which one is it? You can't have your cake and eat it too. Again, back to my original point. Why would I be mad at the guy who him and his team is doing everything they said they were going to do? Versus the other team said, oh, you should hear something soon. We'll fight Pacquiao in June. And then it never happened. Explain that.
Like I said, I'm the big dog at the welterweight division, and he gotta take a back seat and take that 60-40 or 7-30 wherever we give him. Like I said, I'm the big dog at the welterweight division, and he gotta take a back seat and take that 60-40 or 7-30 wherever we give him. Like I said, I'm the big dog at the welterweight division, and he gotta take a back seat and take that 60-40 or 7-30 wherever we give him. Like I said, I'm the big dog at the welterweight division.
Listen. I'm going to leave this on an infinite loop. I'm going to do this. I'm going to leave this on an infinite loop. That's all I should do. That anytime I talk about Terrence Crawford Spence, I'm going to just play this clip on an infinite loop. And y'all be stuck, not knowing what to do.
And he gotta take a back seat and take that 60-40 or 7-30 wherever we give him. Like I said, I'm the big dog at the welterweight division, and he gotta take a back seat and take that 60-40 or 7-30 wherever we give him.
Whatever we
like I said, I'm the big dog at the welterweight division, and he gotta take a back seat and take that 60-40 or 7-30 wherever we give him. Like I said, I'm the big dog at the welterweight division, and he gotta take a back seat and take that 60-40 or 7-30 wherever we give him.
Terrence already said he ain't taking that deal. So how do you negotiate a better deal when you don't have the stature or the statistics to do that? People are like, oh, he should do what Canelo's doing. Canelo's Canelo. Canelo fought Mayweather. Canelo had successful pay-per-views. How do you negotiate what Canelo's negotiating when you're not? I'm the loop god. How do you negotiate a Canelo deal when you're not Canelo? You don't have red hair. You don't have a whole country of people backing you, in addition to breaking ground in America and having fans that back you. So how you get a Canelo deal? What are we talking about? See, y'all say stuff because you think it sounds good and it sounds cute, but it's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? That's like a cop pulling you over for a speeding ticket, and I'm like, oh, just tell them that you was in a rush and apologize. They might still give you the ticket. That it sounds good, talk your way out of a ticket. I ain't never talked myself out of any ticket. Never. If I was cool, if I was aggressive, I'd never talk myself out of a ticket. So in theory, it sounds good. Oh, just reason with the cop. I tried that and it didn't work. I still got the ticket. What y'all talking about? I'm the GOAT. Listen, I'm the GOAT. Gang, gang. Shout out to David Ego. Here's a little something for your hard work. Shout out to my boy, David Hambone, Hamilton, DHH. Let's get it. I'm ready. I told you I'm ready. Bro, that's like people say stuff because it sounds good. Oh, if the cop pulls you over and he's going to give you a speeding ticket for going 85 at a 65, just be real cool with them. Okay, you could be real cool with them and you'll still get a ticket. You know what I mean? The cops don't have to be compassionate. So maybe once in a blue moon, you talk to that one cop who won't do their job. And even though you was doing 85 and a 65, and they'll just show mercy or whatever y'all talking about, like Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan, they'll show mercy. That's a bar. Listen, all y'all weak insults that don't hurt me. Maybe you get that one cool cop in a blue moon, Jamie Foxx, Michael B. Jordan, show mercy, man. But most often, you're going to get the ticket if you was tripping out and you was driving too fast, period. King Judah. Bud is so dumb. Now with the third belt, can hit Hive you want, I don't know what that means. Can Hive you want, he wants if you walk, I don't know what, bro, you had a concussion when you wrote that part. Can I don't know, I don't even know. Can have, Can have you want, he wants, bro, you got me tongue twisted with what you saying. Walk away from it. If he loses, he moves on with integrity intact. Yeah, y'all gotta proofread the stuff y'all be sending me. Y'all gonna give me an aneurysm trying to read this stuff. I'm like, what happened? Bro, come on. No, but it still don't make sense even if I change give. It says Spence can give you what, oh, okay, I guess it does. Oh, you said H, bro. Bro, y'all got me finna have an aneurysm trying to read this. I mean, I appreciate the $5, but god dang. Bro, he said, well, my daddy once caught a bullet with his bare hands. Bro, you got me sound like Jackie Chan, Rush Hour 1. What the, man, come on, bro. Man, my man, King Judah had me pressed. He had me like, Lee, my daddy once caught a bullet with his bare hands. Man, my daddy kick your daddy ass. Don't say that. Bro, y'all got me tripping. Why would they not want my help? Because they don't give a damn about you. They don't like you. I don't like you. I don't care. I here for the girl. The girl don't like you. Nobody likes you. You came all this way for nothing. I didn't say I didn't. You assume I didn't. Man, assume I kick your little baby. I like to talk. I like to let people talk. Who makes it easier? Find out for, oh, I like to talk. I like to let the people. Bro, y'all got me all types of twisted, man. Stop playing with me. Anyway, smash the like button. Bud Crawford, he got himself to blame. Errol Spence, big fish. He doing everything he said. I like to talk. I like to let people talk. Makes it easier to find out foolish. Bro, Bud Crawford team has not prevailed and got done what they said they would be able to get done. Errol Spence, they got it done and then some. Like some Chinese food and then some. Listen, they said I make boxing look pretty. I make boxing look handsome. Chinese food. Errol Spence team got it done and then some. What don't y'all understand about the words that I'm telling? Bro, I said it's Chinese food. Errol Spence team got it done and dim sum. Bro, y'all better stop playing with the kid with the go-to voice. So you take this like Okay, so bro, y'all so stupid in the comment section. I'm gonna start like that. Y'all so stupid. You want me? Errol Spence finna graduate with honors, and he took the harder classes. And Bud been in the little, like, you know, them extra like math 101, bro. When the math class got a bunch of numbers in it, that's how you know it's like the remedial. Do you see what I'm saying? It's the remedial math. I'm not going to give somebody who had the remedial math and remedial path more credit than the other person. Sorry, not gonna happen. Errol Spence is graduating valedictorian, and y'all on my dick more. Never mind. Let me stop. I was about to say a bar, but anyway, Errol Spence is about to graduate valedictorian with honors. Did the extra credit work in the harder math class. He was in calculus, trigonometry. Bud was in math 101, the basic math for like radio and, you know, the kids that don't really take to math well. And then you want me to say he has the same leverage going to college because being undisputed, we're saying that going to college is being undisputed. You want me to say he has the same leverage. So that's not how scholarships work. Ain't no college finna look at you. You was in math 101, math 99, you know, English 370 and all this other stuff. And you was in the lower English class. Like this one's in American literature. I was in the big boy English classes because my English is superb. My vocabulary is insane. My vernacular, right? So they put me in the big boy English class, whatever, American lit, whatever it was. But if you in English 370, which is like for people who are struggling and previously had bad English grades, you're not going to get the same scholarship. Sorry, life don't work like that. And if you think it does, then good luck. You're going to be one of them woe is me type people that don't get what you want out of life or a job or a relationship because you're out here and you think that life is going to feel sorry for you and all that. I'm not with that. Lay Lindsay, $1 in the Zelle. Appreciate you. Peep this game for all the dummies in the block circle. Dallas, Texas. We like he said we like ESJ and Crawford because we real fight fans down here. That's what I'm saying. Everybody likes Crawford as a fighter. Like I never heard nobody. Oh, shout out to my boy Keith. My boy Keith. He sent $20. He said, salute, Ego. Happy holidays. Great work. Much love to you. Shout out to my man. Keith be on the scene with it. Appreciate y'all for all the love and support. Happy holidays. Bro, life does not work like that. You in the boo-boo math and then other guys in calculus, trigonometry getting good grades. He's going to have more scholarship opportunities. See, y'all do this like little kid games, you know, like the Pee-wee T-ball and all that. Bro, I'm not going to give nobody playing T-ball the same props that I give somebody playing regular baseball. Bro, the T-ball, anybody can hit it off the little thing. Bro, I'll bury Bonds off that T-ball. Bro, give me that T-ball. I'll knock it out the park. Bro, let's play T-ball. I'll destroy y'all on some T-ball. But that's the difference between playing T-ball and baseball. Business-wise, Bud is playing T-ball. Errol's playing regular baseball. T-ball versus baseball. There is a difference, bro. And then imagine a pitcher throwing smoke, Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, they throwing smoke, Bumgarner, they throwing smoke trying to get you out there. And then someone else is throwing like underhand slow pitches. Bud got underhand slow pitches, and then Errol Spence had to knock his out the park or get on base with Randy Johnson at the mound. Madison Bumgarner at the mound. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. It's not going to be equal credit when I see that. Now, again, it doesn't take away from Bud. Put it this way. I'm going to destroy y'all. Wait. That's it. I'm going to destroy y'all. Listen, I'm going to destroy y'all. Name someone Bud beat in his whole career that you think would have whooped Errol Spence. At the time Bud fought them. At the time Bud fought them. Name somebody. Bro, I'm a body y'all. I swear I'm a body y'all. Y'all keep, man, I got the shot. Man, I'm a body y'all. Name someone that Bud beat at that given time when he fought them, you think would have whooped Errol Spence. Not Bud himself. We'll take him out the equation. His opponents. Spence is the freshman starting varsity, and Bud is the senior that got his spot took. Bro, you tripping. Judah, that's kind of funny. Okay, somebody said nobody. Somebody in Bud's whole career. Let's just be real. Can't name anyone. No, be real. I want to really hear this. My boy Surah, I trust Surah. Surah been rocking from the jump. He said nobody. Bro, that's what I'm saying. You can't name someone. But Porter did with Crawford. I had him winning. So it makes you wonder, Porter in 2019, when he wasn't preoccupied with commentating and retirement and podcasting, I don't know. Maybe in 2019, he would have looked even better. Because I thought he looked cool in 2021 up until the stoppage, which was questionable, right? Kell Brook gave Errol Spence a very tough fight early Errol was in his backyard. Crawford didn't have to, when he went overseas, he had to fight Ricky Burns. That's the reality. He fought Ricky Burns overseas. Props. Errol Spence fought Kell Brook, a bigger welterweight, overseas when he was a champion and undefeated at welterweight. So I don't know if Crawford would have fought Kell Brook in his backyard 2017. I don't know. You know, maybe he still would have whooped him. But I would honestly say, because Kell Brook, real talk, I had him winning the first 2 rounds versus Terrence Crawford. That's no cap. That's no cap. Terrence Crawford had a mouse under his eye in the first 2 rounds. So who's to say 2017 Kell Brook wouldn't have been a hair better, you know, like much better. Come on, man. Block Gus. I wish I would argue with a muff named Gus. Bro, get him out of here, bro. You got 3 letters in your name. Go figure that out. This man's name is Gus, and he think I'm going to spend some time going back and forth with you. Yeah. That ain't happening. Yeah, block Gus. Get Gus out. Oh, Gus out of here. Well, I guess Gus was a bus. Bro, yeah, get the Guster out of here. Yeah, Gus from Disney's Recess. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Yeah, Gus had to go. Gus, man, we gonna bust on Gus. My boy said Guster Douglas. Hey, it's over. Hey, D. Munson got to chill. He said Guster Douglas. Yes. Bro, the man said Guster Douglas. Do you understand? It's over for the boy. That boy said Guster Douglas. Yeah, I'm going to fight in Tokyo. I'm going to fight Guster. I'm going to fight Guster Douglas in Tokyo, in Japan. Gus Griswold, nah, y'all some National Lampoons or something. Like, y'all gotta stop. I don't got time for this. Y'all gotta chill, bro. Yeah, Gus Van Sant, get him out of here, bro. I ain't finna argue with no man named Gus. The Ghost Guster. Did it. I ain't afraid of no Gus. I ain't afraid of no Gust. Bro, we the Ghost Gusters. Man, listen, on Hood, we the Ghost Gusters on the set. Bro, listen, on Neighborhood, on the set, we the Ghost Gusters. Good. Bro, I ain't afraid of no Gus. Bro, shout out to them Ghost Custard. Bro, shout out to them Ghost Custers on the set, cut. Bro, I'm from Cali, stop playing. Ghost Custer. That's funny. On hood, on the Ghost Custers. Man, Ken Cackroyd, bro. Shout out to my boy Dan Aykroyd, dog.
Let's go.
Hey.
Let's go.
Gus' name sound like he sit on the porch and chew tobacco. I'm done, bro. He said he on the porch with the wacky tobacco. Man, on Ghost Custers. Get down on the Ghost Custers. What y'all talking about? On hood. Bro, everybody in LA sound like that. I went to Starbucks and shit. I didn't even have a barista because we was in a certain section. I had a carista, bro. I went to Starbucks, bro. Bro, that's regular Cali stuff, especially down south. Bro, you go to Starbucks, bro. You go to Starbucks and get that carista to make your drink and put that in your cup. The man said Ryan Garcia. Okay, y'all doing too much, bro. The boy said Ryan Garcia. Y'all tripping out. Anyway, y'all tripping. Errol Spence said what he said, and he's doing what he said. It's that simple. It's that simple. He said, I just flew out of a car. I got in this wreck. I don't need no tune-up. I need something to motivate me. Danny Garcia, my tune-up. He fought Danny Garcia as a tune-up. So he did what he said. He just told you. Shout out to Kamal Oz. B-side Bud will fight Frank Ocean on Telemoon. What? He said Frank Ocean. A tornado went across the room before you left. Excuse the mess you made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. Bro, he said, do you not think so? Cause I've been fighting Terrence Crawford. Ooh. Bro, the man said he fighting Frank Ocean. A tornado went across the room before you left. Do you not think so? Cause I've been fighting Terrence Crawford. Ooh. Bro, he said he fighting Frank. I can't, bro. I've been fighting Terrence Crawford. Ooh. If I could sing, it'd be over, bro. Kamal Oz is a fool, bro. He said, Terrence Crawford flew across the room before you made. Do you not think so? I've been fighting Terrence Crawford. Ooh. Bro, I'm done, bro. Y'all. Ricky Williams said these guys is retarded. This is hilarious, bro. Oh my God, this is a classic stream. It's official. Bro, Terrence finna be fighting Gus if you don't get this split right. Bro, Terrence Crawford versus Gus in Dubai. If y'all stop playing, bro, y'all better stop playing for Gus. Gus versus Crawford come across your screen. Y'all better stop playing. Bro, it's just about leverage. It's nothing personal. It's about leverage. Shout out to Nancy. Shout out to my homegirl Nancy. What's up? You a damn fool. My wife is crying. I'm crying. We all crying. This is funny. Bro, the man Kamal said he finna fight Frank Ocean. Do you not think so? I've been fighting Terrence Crawford. my gosh. We got hit. Man, I need a tissue. Hold up. Y'all got, look, this is really tears coming out. Y'all see that? Smell my finger. Yeah, I'm gonna make the gang smell my finger. Yeah, y'all gonna smell my finger. I do what I want. Smell my finger. Look, I'm gonna put my finger all in y'all face. Look. Smell my finger. Y'all smell that? Yeah. Y'all better stop playing with me. Bro, and listen, I got a video coming out. Hold on. Give me a second. Hey, shooters, hold it down. Channel members, hold it down. I got to make a quick call. My bad. We are back. Real Dr. Hank McCoy says, Bud thinks he can pressure Spence to take the split. Spence is going to get big fights with or without. Oh my, shout out to Real Dr. Hank McCoy. There we go. There we go. My boy Derek Kills, what's up with you? That's my guy. There we go. There we go. Once again, this all boils down to accountability and business decisions. I posted there on my, right now, if you go to my community tab, there is a poll, right? Listen, now we getting somewhere. I love this. Now we getting somewhere. Now we are getting somewhere. Hey, block Jay Lee. You don't tell me what to do. Block Jay Lee. Get him out of here. I want to see his name vanish. Block Jay Lee, the chosen one. Yeah, you definitely wasn't the chosen one. You've been chosen to get removed from the chat. That's what you was chosen for. Yeah, block Jay Lee. Make him disappear. Dr. Hank McCoy. Anywho, as I was saying, I got a poll right now and a video to follow. I got a video. Please go to the poll on my community tab and vote. That's that simple. Because just like Dr. Hank McCoy, he just reminded me. He just said, oh, Bud thinks he's going to pressure Errol Spence, but Errol Spence got way more options regardless of Bud. And that's what it boils down to, the business, which you're not understanding. So I got a poll. I asked a serious question right here. You guys will see it. Community. So go to my community tab and look. I said, should Terrence Crawford, I'll get to that in a second, come on. I said, should Terrence Crawford sign a deal with Premier Boxing Champions, PBC, to get the fights he wants at welterweight? Heck yes, option one. Heck yes, that makes the most sense. 86% of the people, almost 3,000 people that have voted in a few hours, in 12 hours, 86% of the people says signing with PBC seems to make the most sense. 14% of the populace that voted said no, it's not needed. He should go sign to Daniel Kinahan or another promoter. Herein lies the problem. Kamal Oz, $5. B-side Bud going to mess up with his arrogance and end up fighting the fine young cannibal. She drives me crazy. I used to love that song. On Univision while Errol Spence is on to bigger things. Thank you, Dr. Hank McCoy and Kamal Oz, people who actually understand what this is about. So how is it nobody can tell? Bud is a grown individual. He's a grown man. Nobody can force Bud to do anything. He's a fighter. You can't force him to do anything. You know, fighters are stubborn and notoriously stubborn, right? So nobody's trying to force Bud and tell him what to do, but people do have recommendations for what seems to make the most. In my opinion, I've stated, I do not think, like, put it this way. I'm not even going to say if the Crawford-Spence fight happens or not, because I don't know. But I'm saying at this rate, unless something significant changes, I'm definitely not holding my breath out for it, because I've seen this movie before, and the way Bud is acting and the way Bud thinks his career is set up versus the reality of how his career is set up, I'm not looking forward to the fight actually happening. You know, people are like, oh, Errol beats Ugas, then the mega fight, undisputed. Why? What makes you think that when there's obvious hurdles? And the hurdle is Bud, what he thinks. It's like, you ever seen those memes about Wish? And it's like when you order something online, when you order something in Wish on the Wish website versus in reality. And then the girl will have a nice bikini. It looks nice on the model on Wish's website, but then she gets it and it's all baggy or something. This is Bud Crawford's career. It's like a Wish career. It's like those Wish memes. What he believes is the case in terms of his A-sideness, I don't see that being the case. And again, I've seen this movie before. So in the world of boxing, if you don't make the right decisions and you don't represent the piece of the pie, the slice of the pie that you think you represent, and you're stubbornly clinging to that and arrogant in that fact, then you're not going to get things like Jake Paul. Love him or hate him, he's synonymous with some level of profitability in boxing. He's knocking people out and people are watching it. 17,000 people are in his crowd or whatever. So the reality in 2021 and 2022 and beyond, the reality is this. The reality is he's making moves and making money. And as a company, why, like Showtime, they could be like, oh, why would we work with a YouTuber? Because he's making money. It makes sense. If you're in a business and you can work with this kid and he has whatever following and he's knocking people out and you're making money together, then you're going to do that. So old media, they're like, oh, Showtime's watering down their product. But then Showtime is not going to, in the end, because they're doing something different, they're not going to be broke like a lot of the people who complain about every pay-per-views, because they're evolving with the business, and whether you like it or not, buy it, don't buy it, is up to you on the pay-per-view. But I bought it, I watched it, I was entertained, I got my money's worth. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can't live in your head and then there's a real reality of what's happening versus what's in your head. And if they don't match up, good luck. And that's Bud's career. And that's his situation. He telling the world, I ain't fighting for 60-40. Okay, don't get the fight, because that's what I can see happening. Again, I asked you guys a direct question and you guys gave me your answers. If you haven't, the poll's still up. You can still vote. It's on my community tab. Should Terrence Crawford sign with PBC, Premier Boxing Champs, to get all the fights he's calling for? Right? 86% of you so far said he should. But in my opinion, Bud being Bud and making the choices that he's always made, I don't have faith that he'll establish that connect and work with PBC. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like try to go directly through PBC to get the fight. He'll probably sign with Daniel Kinahan. He'll sign with MTK or Pro Bellum and then still be calling out all PBC fighters. So good luck with that. Shout out to Bud Crawford. If that's your move, prove me wrong. Prove what I'm saying to be wrong. Prove me wrong and sign and work with PBC. But you have to understand in business when you have the leverage and when you don't. You know what I mean? It's like Bud is playing a card game and he doesn't have the hand that he needs, and he's trying to bluff like he has the hand he needs. But an experienced poker player can tell you bluffing. You know? Don't ask me how, but they can tell. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't think Bud will make the choice that seems to be the most obvious. I think he'll sign with Daniel Kinahan and or Pro Bellum, MTK Global. And if that's the case, it's like, how are you going to be screaming, make these fight? So you were with Top. Just listen, I'm not perfect. We all know that. I'm not perfect, but neither are y'all. None of us are perfect. The thing is, I try hard not to make the same mistake over and over and over and over again. So if you were just with Top Rank and they basically complained because they had to overpay you, for what you could produce, and they had no welterweight players to really feed you that made big business and the big events that like Errol Spence is getting, that Keith Thurman has got. Keith Thurman has a better resume than Bud. Pride comes before the downfall. Absolutely. It's no mystery that every guy that worked on PBC recently has a better welterweight resume than Bud, because they had all the people in their playground. This is common sense. I just don't understand why he won't sign with PBC. Kamal Oz just told you, pride comes before the fall. He spent so much time, him and his fan base spent so much time arguing and saying PBC guys are ducks and scared and all that. So he's probably just prideful. So he gonna do it his way. Good luck with that. That's all I'm saying. Good luck with that. Because I've seen this movie before. Go off in the real world and do it your way. Everything I'm saying, y'all don't believe. I just keep proving my greatness. Like y'all said, Ugas was fighting Stanionis. I said, nah, I don't care what the WBA said. Errol finna fight Ugas. Who was right? Okay. You see how this works? So in the end, time will tell who's right and who's wrong. I think Bud Crawford will sign with Kinahan, MTK, Pro Bellum, which is very similar and analogous to him signing with Top Rank. Why sign with the company? Listen, I can't tell him what to do. But what I'm saying is this, from my mentality, how has this put you in a different, like, here's an example. Let's say you lived in an apartment and that apartment had a pest issue. They had like roaches and stuff. Then you get a new job where you make more money. You could get out and move out of that apartment. And that's in the bad side of town. They got roaches and vermin and rats and all that, right? You make a promotion at your job, so now you can move out of that apartment. Why would you move to an equally hood apartment that still got ants and roaches and is still in the bad side of town when you're making more money? And you just freed yourself from this lease, from this apartment that you didn't like the living conditions. Why would you go to another almost equivalent apartment that's still in a rough side of town? So you gotta, your kids, you gotta be careful if they go outside and play because it's just a rough part of town. That doesn't make sense to me. And if Crawford does not sign with PBC or establish that point of contact and connect, then his decision doesn't make sense to me. I'm not him, so I'm not the one that can make it. But that's the equivalent of going out of one slum apartment to another slum type of apartment. Why would you leave Top Rank, who couldn't provide you, per your own words after the Porter fight, could not provide you the big marquee fights you were looking for, to go to other promotions like Pro Bellum, MTK, and they really don't have a whole plethora of fighters to choose from in your divisions either that are the biggest fights. So you guys explain that in the comment section. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong how that makes sense. Or how what I'm saying doesn't make sense. I'll wait. But y'all can't do it. Y'all scared. It's okay. That's me. What's up? Prove me wrong. I'm waiting. He said they can't. They'll be wrong, so they just go by beta emotions. That's, it's like a girl who's fed up because her dude is abusive, and it's a it's a symbiotic relationship, right? And it's domestic violence, DV and all that, blah, blah, blah. And then she leaves him. She finally had enough. She gets pushed downstairs or something. And then she finally has enough, packs her stuff and moves out. And she moves in with Ike Turner. Like, bro, you're in the same, you know what I'm saying? Like, you in the same situation. You in the same situation. So it's like, how much do you truly want to get out of your situation if you put yourself in a like equally upped situation? You see what I'm saying? Like, if people genuinely in life, I believe in freedom of choice. And I believe if you genuinely want to change and change your situation, you'll do that. If you're like brainwashed or, you know what I'm saying, you're used to doing bad or whatever, whatever the situation is, then you genuinely will stay in that situation, or you'll find situation. Like, have you noticed that some people that are in toxic relationships and they get out of it and then they go to someone else who's a toxic person and the red flags are all there? It's like, that's what you're, that's what you're accustomed to, and maybe at a subconscious level or whatever the case is, you are, you feel more comfortable with that, for the good or bad. You see what I'm saying? So it's like Stockholm syndrome. Bud the type to sign with Tim Bradley new promotional company. I'm done, bro. He said Tim Bradley. I mean, good luck. Best of luck to him. If you guys don't see what I'm saying, then best of luck to y'all as well. But when it's written, come back to my channel and we'll see what it is. I've already been on record saying the same thing. I'm going to continue to say the same thing. Bud makes Bud decisions, and this is pretty much like, how you sign with all these people and none of them got the guys you're calling out? Explain it. Somebody, if I'm the Bud hater and I'm not making logical sense, then you explain how that works to me. Duke, what's up? You explain it to me. Explain to me how it makes sense to sign with A, B, and C, and you want to fight all the promoter D's opponents. You guys explain how that makes the most sense. And then on top of that, if he signs with Kinahan, if he signs with Pro Bellum and MTK, who do they have that's like at a proven level? Tyson Fury? Oh yeah, that's right. Tyson Fury's biggest noise he's made recently was working with the PBC fighter Deontay Wilder, and that was established a long time ago. So who's to say that'll work the same way with Crawford? I mean, come on, the writing's on the wall. Eddie Hearns basically told you what I'm saying too, in his own way. He said, I'm not signing Crawford. There's no point. I ain't got nothing for him. So what is Terrence Crawford gonna do? So Eddie don't want you because he knows that you'll be a bust. Okay, so would you go to Richard Schaefer, Pro Bellum, you go to Daniel Kinahan? And they don't have no welterweights outside of obscure guys or Virgil Ortiz. And Virgil Ortiz already got his next fight lined up, so what you going over there for? I can't wait. Bro, I cannot wait. We go see. 2022 is going to be lit. Mark this video down. Mark this video down. This is going to be, bro, y'all listen, some boxing fans are so emotional and dumb that they giving me the most legendary run in boxing history as far as a commentator in this digital space. So I love it. I love it. All the hate, all the support, I love it all, because y'all giving me the most legendary run that's ever been had in the digital world of boxing talk. What is the reason he won't sign to PBC? I don't know. You have to ask him. Y'all listen, this is I can't wait. I just wish I could fast forward to some announcements so we could see. Y'all still keep saying these little jokes and stuff. It sounds foolish to me. He said if Mario Barrios beats Thurman, he gonna fight Barrios. Once again, these are all Al Heyman fighters. Whether Keith Thurman wins, whether Mario Barrios wins, what is the point of even saying any of this when these are all Al Heyman guys? So you guys keep telling me who Crawford is gonna fight, and they all happen to be Al Heyman guys. So that, to me, that's not a given that he gets it. And again, if you gonna fight a Mario Barrios, then if all the options that seem befitting are Al Heyman guys, why wouldn't you just go as a free agent? Why wouldn't you just go where all the action's at? You're like, oh, he wants to fight Ugas. He wants to fight Keith, Mario Barrios. He wants to fight Errol. Bro, these are all Al Heyman guys. What are we talking about, bro? So that basically says you're kind of cornered. All roads lead to Al Heyman. but you just don't want to sign to him for whatever reason. You a black man from the Midwest. Al Heyman's a black man from the Midwest. And even though he has the product that would probably make for the best fights for you, you want to go to some white dude across the pond that is allegedly a gangster, you know what I'm saying, on some gangster stuff. It shows a lot about Bud's business savvy and acumen. It's that simple. It shows you who he feels comfortable with. It's that simple, bro. Because it doesn't make sense. The names y'all keep saying Bud is going to fight are like predominantly guys that are fighting on Premier Boxing Champs, Showtime, Barrios, Thurman. Oh, he's just going to fight Errol. Oh, Ugas, he's going to fight the winner. Okay, so you're going to get all the people. So the bottom line is what I'm saying is very simple. Either way, you're at their disposal. You're at their mercy, bro. You're at their mercy. If Barrios wins, then Al Heyman has to work with you in order for you to get Barrios, instead of Barrios versus Berto or whoever else, Broner and Barrios or whatever else they could do in-house. So it's all roads lead to that. And you trying to go around the obvious. It's like, you know what it reminds me of? Shout out to Kamal, bro. Kamal been cooking you. B-Side Bud is a rebel without a cause. Exactly. Roger Givens, Bud got free agency and thinks he's automatically Canelo. Bud needs to repair the damage to his brand. Aram stuck to him. Exactly. And y'all don't get it. Y'all keep saying the same like foolishness. And it's like, I'm starting to question some people even in Ego's army, bro, because this is very, very, very easy for me to see. If Bud feels his brand is at here and I'm undisputed and I could do whatever I want and I can make any bad decision, any decision I want, blah, blah, blah. But all the guys he needs to fight is over here, then that shows me that Bud does not have the leverage, because that means you have to go through them. You have to go through them. It's like, let's say if there's only one road to get home, and then there's like a gate or a fence or something. You have to hop that fence in order to get home. This is the only path for you to get back home. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna go my own way. There's no other road that gets you back to your house. If you go this different way, it's gonna take you further and further and further and further and further and further away from your house. You have to hop this fence to get home. What don't you understand, bro? You keep going this way, oh, I'm gonna go this way. Oh, and there's a large body of water. You ain't never getting home, bro. What are y'all talking about? Like, there are certain places where that probably is the case, where it's like, if you do not get off on this freeway exit, you cannot get home from this direction that you're in. You have to take this one exit 60A, or you will not get home. What don't you understand? What am I not making clear? So you could stay on this freeway and waste all your gas, but if you do not get off on this exit, you are not getting to your home. Very simple. And y'all want to play this game? I cannot wait to see what Bud decides and what happens next. But when it happens, shout to my man Mickey. He said Atlanta is like that. That's what I'm saying. Texas has some spots like that. I'm sure California does too. There are certain roads. If you want to get to this one restaurant or the home or whatever, that's the only way. You can't create your own lane and cross waters in your car to get to this restaurant. You have to go the direction. He said Bud is avoiding the PBC exit. That's what I'm saying. Stay on the freeway forever until you run out of gas. I don't care. I really don't. But I've seen this movie before and I can't wait to see it. Duke said he was willing to take 20% for the Pacquiao fight. Yeah, but he won't take 40 of it. And the thing is, it's a split. The percentage is a split. You see what I'm saying? It's not like they're saying, oh, you get $40 or 40,000 or whatever. Like, he's not giving you a flat fee. He's giving you a split of whatever the fight does, and y'all say it's supposed to be a big fight, you know? And the longer Bud has stalled out, the worse it's probably getting because Errol has options. Shout out to D Munson. He said Wyoming is definitely like that. Bro, Bud thinks he's going to create his own land and his own exit. Good luck with that. If you know anything about business, good luck with that. The freeway is set up how it's set up. If you do not take this one exit, you cannot get to that destination. There are some roads that are like that because you don't have the type of vehicle. You don't have a helicopter where you could just get over and, you know what I'm saying? You're in a car. Your car is not all terrain where you can just go underwater to get back home. You see what I'm saying? This is funny. I can't wait, bro. I hope Bud makes the right choice. I can't wait. I can't wait because I don't have no faith that he's going to. How can he make a demand with no promoter? He'll probably sign with a promoter. MTK, Daniel Kinahan, Pro Bellum, something like that, which is the same thing as Top Rank, bro. It's the same thing. Either they have the people for you or they don't. And y'all think y'all gonna stall out and press Errol Spence. He doing numbers. He got options. Bro, I can't wait, bro. Just mark this video down. And look at how PBC's setting you up. This is chess, not checkers, bro. You think it's a mystery or an accident, a slip up that Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios, PBC just sent me an email confirming it? You think this is not by design, that they're fighting roughly a month before? Look, y'all, this is how slow y'all are. So Keith Thurman is fighting Mario Barrios, and they just sent me the email. They're fighting on a stacked card, Mandalay Bay, February. So you think this is not a plan to have Keith Thurman fighting within a month space, roughly within 30 days of Errol Ugas? So just so happens it'll be recent in everybody's mind what happens in the Keith Thurman Barrios fight and who wins. And then a month later, another welterweight fight with Errol Spence Ugas in a unification, also with the mandatory Stanionis and Butayev, who are great ranked fighters. They might become a mandatory. So that's 3 fights, not including Josecito Lopez, Abel Ramos, right? So that's 4 fights that are happening in the welterweight division with champions or ranked guys in the space of a month. So you don't think PBC is going to have the pick of the litter as to the winners and losers of those fights and what they can do next? Man, y'all sound slow, to be honest. Y'all sound slow. If y'all can't see that coming a mile away, like, bro, it's like LeBron James going to the Lakers, and then you see him having lunch with Melo in LA. Okay, he's probably trying to recruit some of the people from, the Olympic team that he's friends with in the league and bring them to the Lakers. And then you see LeBron with Rondo or something. Okay, he's probably trying to recruit these people. You see what I'm saying? And see if they're interested in coming to the Lakers. It's very easy to see, but I guess I'm a clairvoyant and I have the vision and some people don't. There's 4 top rated ranked welterweight fights on PBC on 2 cards in the space of 30 days roughly. And Bud's like, I'm the captain of the ship. Hey, it's me. All right, we'll see. I can't wait. I cannot wait. We'll see. So like I said, I'm not holding my breath. If it happens, it happens. But if it doesn't, I'm telling you why it won't happen. Unless Bud comes back down to earth. It's that simple. And the funny thing is, I don't know if you guys ever heard this saying before. Success leaves clues. Anybody ever heard that? Anybody ever heard that statement, that phrase, quote, success leaves clues? Bud head too big. Oh well. We're gonna see how this play out. Cause I said what I said. Okay, Hardy Case heard it. Ricky Williams heard it. Marquise never heard it. Well, it's a quote. So success leaves clues. So Floyd left, bought himself out of his top ranked contract. Then he got the big fights he wanted. Cotto, De La Hoya, made $1 billion for the sport. Manny Pacquiao left top rank finally. And then after he left, he went and signed with Al, the same guy that Floyd signed with Al and got all them big fights done. And Pacquiao started fighting Broner in much bigger fights than the Jesse Vargas fight, Algieri fight, Rios fight. He started fighting Keith Thurman, fights that would get him respected. Bigger fights, you know what I'm saying? Errol Spence, didn't happen. Then they switched it to Ugas, still a lively crowd. Success leaves clues. So again, Bud Crawford, let him do his way. I'm with that. Because Cotto left top rank, got big fights. De La Hoya left, got big fights. Floyd left, got big fights. Pacquiao finally left, and his career resurrected. Pacquiao went out on a better note with PBC because he fought Broner, Keith, and then it was supposed to be Errol, and then it switched to Ugas. So it was like, these are all better than Algieri, Jesse Vargas type fights, and they were bigger events. So Pacquiao went out like a G and fought top names on his way out. And it was supposed to be a mega fight with Errol Spence. And it wasn't Pacquiao's fault that Errol Spence couldn't see that to the finish line. It's nobody's fault. So again, let Crawford do it his way. He knows so much. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't wait. I promise you I can't wait. You know what I mean? So again, you're rendering yourself powerless. And again, I can't tell somebody who to sign with or whatever. I'm not their advisor. If somebody want to pay me, then I'll advise you and try to give you what I see and what I know from the boxing game, and you know what I mean, things like that. But it's very apparent. Bud thinks he has leverage, and I don't see that. There's the Bruce Lee quote. I believe it goes something like, knowing is not enough, you must apply. Like, you can have knowledge, but if you don't apply the knowledge, like, okay, to know what it is to be organized versus applying it and actually being organized, these are not one and the same. You could know how to clean a house, but your house is filthy. So knowing is not enough, you must apply. You could know how to clean a bathroom and know how to clean a house, but your house is a pigsty. So knowing is not simply enough. You must apply. Bud Crawford being a skilled fighter is not enough in today's market. With the situation he's in, you must also convey that into savvy business moves that get you what you want. It's that simple. PBC take care of fighters. Look at Donaire. Yeah, another resurgence we've seen. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. We gonna see. And then y'all be like, oh, Ego Stradamus striked again. How come I didn't see this? Because you chose not to see it. I'm telling you everything that happens before it happens, and then it happens, and y'all act like y'all tag me. Bro, boxing has some of the fakest people I've ever met. Real talk. I tell you the same stuff over and over, like Errol's fighting Ugas. Errol's fighting Ugas. I don't see Ugas fighting Stanionis. He's fighting Errol. He's fighting Errol. And then when it happens, everybody tagging me and acting shocked. What is there to be shocked at when I told you this was happening? Like, it's weird to me. It's really weird. How can anyone remotely pretend to act surprised when you have a person that's in this situation, you know, with a channel such as mine, telling you many of these things? I said Andy Ruiz was going to beat Joshua. Everybody acts surprised, and people watch these videos. It's one thing if you don't watch the content, you never heard me say it, but it's like people that watch the video and hear me say this stuff, and I said Kambosos was going to beat Teofimo. Everybody's surprised when he loses. It's like, what are you guys even listening to? If you just listening to me and it's just like flying out one ear, and you just it just shows you that sometimes I guess people don't believe until it happens. So whatever. I've always been a big picture thinker. Not perfect, but I've always been a big picture thinker. I've looked at the big picture. I don't see how any of this stuff is confusing or surprising that Errol Spence is fighting Ugas, especially when I've been telling you that. And anybody that would listen, I was shouting. Ego, you was the only one who called it, Spence and Ugas. I told you I'm the GOAT. Y'all don't want to listen. Oh, this guy, he doesn't know. And then it happens, everybody's texting me and tweeting me and DMing me. Oh, did you hear the news? I made the news. I told you the news. What do you mean did I hear the news? It's crazy, bro. But like I said, I'm just going to keep doing my thing, keep holding it down. And then, you know, people will say whatever they want. You know, I'm always the hater. And like I told, how many things, this year has been probably one of my best years on the platform. I told you that Canelo, after David Benavidez won, I said, that's not the type of performance where Canelo would fight Benavidez next. What happened? Weeks later, he talking about going to cruiserweight to fight Makabuk Air. I mean, I don't know how many things I have to get right. So I'm just going to keep plugging away at it. I don't know how many things I got to get right, from Teofimo losing and underestimating George Kambosos to Canelo wouldn't fight Benavidez off of the performance. He wasn't going to fight Jermall Charlo, to Ugas and Errol happening. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many things I got to get right, but I'll just keep working towards my vision, and we'll see. But we'll see. You know, we'll see how this Crawford thing plays out. So I'm on record saying what I think. I think Crawford won't, you know, do the obvious choice and sign some kind of direct link or relationship to PBC, and instead go through Daniel Kinahan or Pro Bellum or MTK Global, sign to somebody like that, and then still be screaming for, hey, I need the top PBC fights. I mean, it's just not how life works, bro. You know what I mean? That's like me going into Neiman Marcus and I ain't got no money, and I'm like, man, discount this, discount. That's not life, bro. That's not life. You can't go to Saks Fifth Ave, Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom's, Macy's, and because you can't afford it, tell them and you know, demand that they put the clothes on sale, put this cologne on sale because you're supposed to be a big deal. That's like me going to Macy's. I'm a YouTuber. Reduce these prices immediately. They're not finna reduce the prices because I got a popular boxing channel. They're not gonna put the clothes on sale. They're gonna put the drip on sale because I asked them to. Highly unlikely. Just like what I'm saying with Bud Crawford. You screaming that I, like, with all things considered, you screaming. See, and people like, they're like, oh, you're biased because you said this with Canelo and you did this. Bro, again, some of y'all don't get it. Case by case basis. If you're a judge, you got to look at each court case and each piece of evidence for that specific. It's not a once and done, like one rule fits all. You see what I'm saying? That's not how life works either. So Canelo, he gets pressure for certain fights not happening because he has the power to make any of those fights happening. And he has like different leverage and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? But Crawford is not Canelo. So he's not going to be able to necessarily move like Canelo's moving and have it justified. You see what I'm saying? He can't say, oh, I want to be a free agent and do this and this because Mikey Garcia or Canelo did, because they might have different stats and numbers and stuff. It's just not a once and everyone's the same. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, he can do a one-off with PBC because they're willing to do it because they'll all make a lot of money on that one fight. But Crawford's own promoter threw him under the bus, said he don't make no money. So you're not in a Canelo position where it makes sense to necessarily do a one-off. Maybe you can get a one-off with PBC. I don't know. Shout out to Def Mech. He said, believed you, but it's still dope that you called it. I try to tell y'all. So, everything's a case by case basis. We'll see what Bud decides, but just stubbornly, Ricky Williams told you, I told you, you know what I mean? Just stubbornly standing. There's a time to stand your ground, and there's a time where people are like wrong. You see what I'm saying? There's a time where you like stubbornness ain't gonna get you nowhere. And that's coming from someone who's very stubborn. I'm really stubborn. Like, you just gotta be realistic, and that's what it boils down to. Daryl says everybody woke, even other promoters, including Bob, except Crawford fans are in denial. See? I got a real question. This is gonna hurt some people's feelings, but it's a real question. It's just a question. Who has more leverage in their next fight, Bud Crawford or Jake Paul? See, I put it in a perspective you can't deny. Simple questions require a simple answer. Direct questions require a direct response. Based on all that you know, for their next fight, who has more leverage at the negotiating to call the shots and all that? Bud Crawford or Jake Paul? Shout out to Keith. He said, ego is the GOAT. I tell that to all my buddies who be listening in 100. Look, see, this is a perspective that people don't want to admit, but you can't deny that. I'm never going to be, I don't care if you like Jake Paul. This is not about that. Some people are annoyed with Jake Paul. Some people think his fights are fixed and fake. Whatever you're saying, it doesn't change the fact. Jake Paul's doing what he's doing, and he's grabbing leverage, and that's just a reality. He has way more leverage in his next fight. Bro, he just knocked someone out cold with one punch. A guy who went the distance with him in the previous fight, and he's making money, and that is going viral. That's the reality, bro. And he's fight Amanda Serrano. She said, I just became a millionaire for the first time. So he's putting some people on. My dude, J. Leon Love, he putting people on. You can't deny it. You can't deny that that's what it is. Terrence Crawford is not in a Jake Paul type of position, but he believes he is because he's a good fighter. And the moment you guys understand that, the better off I think people in boxing will be. Bro, you either got it or you don't got it. You know what I mean? And see, I keep telling y'all, Bud Crawford's in a very precarious position because for so long he hadn't made what people thought would be the smartest choices. And he's 34 years old, and now he's a free agent. So, you got to make your next move your best move. And I don't know that he will. We'll see. But signing to another promoter that puts you in the same position like Top Rank, I don't know if that is the move to be had. And like, here's a fun fact. I put it in a perspective that I know y'all can't deny. Bud Crawford is 34 years old. Fact. Steph Curry is 33 years old. See, y'all didn't know that. Steph Curry just set the record for the highest amount of three-pointers made in career history. So above Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, and whoever else. Steph Curry just set that historic record. So it's safe to say at age 33, Steph Curry and his team is doing great. Shout out to the Warriors, Bay Area. So at age 33, Steph Curry is setting history, and he's already one of the most poised and prominent people in the league right now, right? Terrence Crawford just got out of a quote unquote, relationship that didn't really bolster his career for several fights in a row. And he's 34 years old. Time is of the essence. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. So I'm just putting that in perspective. Like, basically, the thing is this. There's no one right now, especially with the stats that he's amassed, that can say Steph Curry's not a legend. You see what I'm saying? Like, what can you say? Oh, he's not a top class shooter. He shot more threes and made more threes than anybody. So hit like, no matter what happens for the remainder of Steph Curry's career, right at age 33, you can already say he lit, bro. He's already a historical NBA figure. Versus Crawford, people know him to be a dynamic and great fighter, but he still doesn't have like superb events and that at a year older than Steph Curry. You see what I'm saying? He don't have no like Pacquiao. He was already on pay-per-view, successful pay-per-views by the time he was 34. Boxing is a young man's game. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So if you don't get with it now, everybody got a window, because there's up and comers like Virgil Ortiz and Ryan Garcias and Jaron Ennis and David Benavidez and David Morrell Jr.'s and Brian Normans. And these dudes is like chomping to like right where people are starting to pay attention. El Rayo, Valenzuela, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole up and coming generation of people, from Joey Spencer to Vito Milnicki, like I said, David Morrell Jr., etc. So we're entering a new generation where we don't know who that generation's standouts are going to be. Shakur Stevenson's up in there. There's plenty of people. Devin Haney, you know what I mean? And Crawford's 34, lacking leverage. It's that simple. It's that simple. So it's like at some point you gotta start making all the right decisions the later you get in your career. Here's another example. Oh my God, I'm too good at what I do, man. Here's an example. Some of the stuff I did when I was young, I couldn't do now, because the consequences become greater later. Does that make sense? Do y'all get that? If I think of back on some of the things I did when I was like 19, 20, 21, I can't do that as a grown man. You see what I'm saying? Because the consequences grow greater later. That decision now would be very bad if there was consequence. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense to y'all? Does anybody get that? Like stuff you did when you was 17, 18, 19, 20. You can't necessarily do that when you in your 30s or later. That's why you mature and go through, you know what I'm saying? And grow up and go through those things. Like I know people went to jail or shoplifted. You shoplifting at 34, 40 years old, you know what I'm saying? You shoplifting? I don't know. Different consequences. Versus when you 16, 17, you get caught shoplifting, it's probably not the end of your world, so to speak. Does that make sense? Shout out to Dr. Hank McCoy. Can't have a high school mentality as a grown man. Facts. That's what I'm saying. So even for boxers, it's no different. Your decisions are going to be paramount the later you get in your career, because everybody athletically, like this is not Gary Vaynerchuk, you know what I'm saying, where you're just like an influencer. You could do that at any age, damn near, you know what I'm saying? You're not an influencer like that. You're an athlete. An athlete has a certain window where it's okay. If what I'm saying is not true, how come the NFL, when they draft and when they're recruiting people, they're always recruiting the young studs? Because it's a young man's game. There's somebody who's 18 and brolic, 19, 21 brolic, because you can grow with the league. As opposed to some of the veteran players, they're not going to give you a long-term contract necessarily if you consider washed up. Like Tim Tebow, he can't get on no team for real. Because the NFL, just like any other sport, is predominantly a young man's game. So if you get to a point where you're not, that person at that given moment, then, the game can pass you by. That's what it is. Like Errol Spence is 31. I don't know. He's probably 30. 30, 31, whatever age he is, he's already been on successful pay-per-views. He's already done 48,000. So he's tracking better. You see what I'm saying? He's already tracking for that. Terrence Crawford, he tell every time he has a pay-per-view, he got to tell the fans, or his promoter at the time, Bob Arum, had to tell the fans why it wasn't successful. So he's not tracking the same way. Does that make sense? And then that's why it's pivotal that he makes decisions that probably make the most sense for his career, for the growth of his career. We'll see. He said the peak years is 25 to 31. See? Like, you look at De La Hoya, who has a better, so far, who has a better, deeper resume in career, Oscar De La Hoya's career or Terrence Crawford? Bro, I promise you, I'm gonna body y'all, and it's gonna be in a way you can't deny. The only thing you could do to deny it is lie to yourself. And if you're a liar and you're willing to lie to yourself, then that ain't no skin off my back. I promise you, I'm gonna body y'all. De La Hoya or Terrence Crawford, who has a deeper, Terrence Crawford right now or Oscar De La Hoya, who had a more illustrious career with all the wins, losses, draws, everything. Oscar De La Hoya or Terrence Crawford? Okay, Poppy Mall says De La Hoya. De La Hoya easily. Kamal said easily De La Hoya. So here we're gonna do the actual factuals. Okay, someone else says Oscar. Oscar De La Hoya retired in the Pacquiao fight in 2008. Born in 1973. I don't think y'all get this, bro. Listen, I don't think y'all get what I'm saying. I don't think y'all get this. My points hit tremendous. Oscar De La Hoya, an Olympic gold medalist, retired. What does that say? What does that say? He retired in 2008 and he was born in 1973. So if you do the math, he retired at 35. Terrence Crawford is 34 years old. What are we talking about? So you look back on Oscar De La Hoya's boxing career, all of y'all just said Oscar had a more illustrious, deeper resume and career. He retired a year, never to box again. So far, he said he's coming back, but he hasn't done it, right? 1 year from where Terrence Crawford is. Now, I don't know when Terrence Crawford is going to retire, but I know at age 34, your resume is not as deep as Oscar De La Hoya, and he was completely done with his career by age 35, 1 year from. So Crawford will probably be 35 next year. If Crawford retired next year, like did like a farewell fight, he would not have the same career as Oscar De La Hoya. So that's what I'm saying when I'm saying tracking. See, I told you, I put it in perspective you can't deny. When we're talking about tracking, you're not on track to have the depth unless you make some of the right decisions here and now of a career like a Oscar De La Hoya. Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo, he's 36. And he didn't even have to fight Canelo. Like, you know what I'm saying? All them other fights, he was already a legend by the time he fought Canelo. So you see what I'm saying? Bud's a talented fighter, but the way his career is played out, he don't have the depth that Floyd had. So Terrence Crawford has a career that Floyd had at age 36 when he's fighting Canelo. Floyd was already out of the top rank contract well before he fought Canelo, and he had got De La Hoya fights and stuff like that. Bud Crawford at age 34 just got out of a Top Rank contract after spending so much time with them and not getting the fights he wants. Y'all don't see what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo Alvarez at 36. Bud is 2 years shy, really maybe even less than that if I find out when his birthday is. He's 35. So he's really, I just showed you, De La Hoya was 35 when he retired. Floyd fought Canelo at 36. Does his matchup a year or two away from those historically great people, does his career, the way it's played out, match up well with Floyd at 36 or De La Hoya at 35? Business Brain said not even close. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So time is of the essence. Now you guys get it. Now you guys get it. You spent so much time in a situation that wasn't becoming of you. So now time is of the essence. So that's why I say you got to make your next move your best move. Because De La Hoya packed it in and was a gold medalist with a crazy depth in his resume at 35. He fought everyone. Bernard Hopkins, Felix Tito, Shane Mosley twice, Arturo Gatti, rest in peace, Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao, Bernard Hopkins, what's the name? Feroz, Fernando Vargas, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. twice. He did all this by age 35 and was done. You know, Felix Sturm, all this stuff. Ike Corte, legend. Pernell Whitaker, legend. This was already established by the time he was out the game, and I just showed you he was out the game at 35. Bud Crawford is 34. No Felix Tito Trinidad. No 2 fights with Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. No 2 fights with Shane Mosley type of person, right? Oscar didn't fight Shane Mosley when Shane Mosley was like fighting Pablo Cesar Cano after, he wasn't really the same fighter. That's when Crawford is getting Brooke and Porter and stuff like that. Way different scenarios. So I can't wait. We'll see if Bud has it all figured out like he thinks. Eddie Hearns, Bob Arum, and Oscar De La Hoya made public appeals to sign Errol Spence. Neither wanted Bud, and Arum let him go free agency. Facts. And then it doesn't help that you have the person you spent the most time in your career with, Top Rank and Bob Arum, are throwing you under the bus ahead of the next person. And you think you have leverage. They're saying, oh, he don't make no money for us. Every single fight was a loss. PBC, they might want to do a joint venture with us because they don't want to assume the responsibility by themselves. Nobody did that to De La Hoya. He was the golden boy. Nobody did that to Floyd. Al Heyman didn't say, oh, Floyd's a piece of ish and he don't make no money. So these are the decisions Bud has made, and this is why Bud's in the position that Bud's in. And if you don't want to admit that, then that's on you. You don't want to face the music. You don't want to face the truth. There's no, from Errol Spence to Charlo to Deontay Wilder, there's no black fighter on PBC where their promotion is throwing them under the bus saying, oh, this dude is going to have me bankrupt. I could have bought a house with all the money I'm losing off Errol Spence and Wilder and stuff. And guess what? Wilder, Brazil, I don't know, but it lost money because Wilder had to get overpaid for the Brazil fight, which is probably why Lou DiBella's not there. See, I know stuff y'all don't know, but it's okay. Because the Zone had that $100 million offer to Wilder. So Showtime probably had to pony up and spend money and maybe even lose money on that particular fight because they didn't put it on pay-per-view. And Wilder was very hot right there and had a huge offer from DAZN. So to not go, Showtime had to come out of the bank. So they might have lost money. But even if they did, I don't know that they did, for the record. But even if they did lose money on Wilder Brazil fight, you didn't see Steven Espinoza say, oh, this stupid idiot Wilder made us lose all this money. I could have bought a Bentley with the money I'm losing on Wilder Brazil. He didn't do that because he's a classy businessman and he's not going to go out like that. He's going to take his lumps in business like you take lumps. You know what I'm saying? You either gained or you lost. It is what it is. You took a chance, you lost. And that's what you're supposed to do. But that's not what happened with Crawford's longtime partnership with Top Rank. Bob will let you know he ain't making no money with Terrence Crawford. So good luck to Crawford. Good luck to his fans and all that. And this imagery that he has that he's in the driver's seat. I'm out.